Hello everybody, Ecwid Users. My name is Spencer and I've been an Ecwid.com e-commerce solution user for since almost they first started actually, and I've been wanting to make a podcast for a long time to explain some of the nuances for newcomers or those with questions as to Ecwid as a choice of your e-commerce solution and what Ecwid is like. And I'd just like to add why it's the best, because in my opinion it is the best. In fact, it's the only viable solution in my opinion. And apart from the fact that all its power tools and third-party apps, affiliate apps, which if you are successful and you wish to add on, they have at least as many and more useful and innovative ones than any of the other competition, which I think to date right now you could say that the real only other competition for online e-commerce of this kind of cutting edge standard would be big commerce and Shopify, which you'll be seeing a lot of they advertise a lot of Shopify. You see them on Facebook a lot. They kind of try and present themselves as something similar and powerful as Ecwid, or I like to call it Ecwid, but Ecwid. And actually it's not. It's they have a very corporate approach. Ecwid is corporate, it's a corporation, it's a company, and they're professional in that sense, but they're not cold in the sense that if you do something with Shopify, that is kind of like doing something with Google. You want to complain to Google, you want to get in touch with Google, forget it. You can go on the forums of Shopify and you can find stuff from other users. Most of the stuff I see on their forums is, I've just spent all this money on ads and I've got all this shop and blah blah and I'm not selling anything. Why? They're just not doing it right. Their advice, their newsletters, it's all bad information, bad advice. And it's all just based on what they want to push on you, Shopify. Whereas Ecwid, they have a newsletter system that is subtle. It's not up your nose. They don't stick it up your nose. You can see it if you want. It's interesting, it's well presented, and it's valid information. It is up to date and currently true information for SEO and how to market and how to get your products into other marketplaces, which I suppose some of the power tools they have, I have to mention. You can submit every single product of your store just by exporting and importing a file into eBay or the Amazon marketplace, and serve all of your products as adverts in eBay, as if you had. I have 3,500 products in one of my Ecwid stores. On a button push, I can place them all into eBay as an ad or into the Amazon marketplace. And so Shopify doesn't have that kind of stuff. The Ecwid API is the way it connects. You have a Facebook store, which, to be honest, I don't think many people click and buy within Facebook. They come straight to my website. But it has the ability, I market to many dozens, even hundreds of groups who collect the things I sell onto Facebook directly from my product editor in Ecwid. So it has incredible power tools for social sharing and group sharing to social networks. And the shares display with a thumbnail and a link to the website description, and it's all read very well. Even if you don't blog or make pages on your website, just using the store products, how the Ecwid URLs, the links and the names, the titles, and the SEO friendly, search engine optimization friendly URLs are all readable by Google. I do Google searches for my product names, and I don't need a special page to get into Google, just the product itself comes in. And so actually you don't even need to really work hard adding content to your website, because adding your products, if you add enough text to each product, is adding content, readable content to the search engines. And back to the forums and communicating with Ecwid. When you have a problem or you have a question or a doubt, you go on the forum as a customer and you post something. If it's a valid post or there is an issue, you won't just find another user there saying, oh, maybe you could try this. You will find somebody from Ecwid is there within a few hours and has answered you and offered you some kind of polite and useful answer. And what you will also find, it's not just some super user who's been appointed to moderator, it's actually a developer or one of the persons on the team. And they're not there just to try and pacify you. You can see they're fervently interested and extremely very perfectionist and very concerned about their own work, very proud of their own work. And they're always trying to be there. And so they're there for you. And you can't say that about any other service of this level, of this size and caliber. And so although it is a professional and top level, world class, one of the world's top, if not in my opinion, it's actually the top e-commerce solution on planet. There is no comparison, no other solution that is so innovative and has so powerful potential if you know how to use it to its fullest extent. It's just so powerful. But what's really important is that the team are always there for you, and the product you get when you pay for it, which is cheaper than the other solutions too for what you get, does not just stay that way. It improves. They're constantly adding new features and functions, both to what you already paid without asking for more, and also more paid stuff which you can take if you want. But even if you don't, your interface and the potential of your store does slowly develop and increase and get more powerful as they develop, because these guys, they just can't stop looking for perfection. They're always working on it. And so those are some of the basic reasons why you should use Ecwid. And of course the fact that it's a widget, you can just, it's like putting a YouTube video into your blog. You can just insert the store or a product or a particular category of your product category of your store into anywhere you want on the web, almost to most places. I've got the store displaying in Weebly, on a free Weebly site. I've got it displaying in Facebook. I've got it displaying in Blogger and in Tumblr. I've got it displaying in so many places, and you can display this code and have your store, one administration interface, one stock take, one main control panel, and you can make it look as if you've got 10 different stores with different products in each website. But you won't have to separate your stock and your stores into 10 different rooms and 10 different boxes. You can just control all the stock and the whole shop as if it's one shop for you. But to your 10 websites and the visitors of your 10 websites and your blogs and your Weebly, they can all arrive for the first time and think that's a separate shop. And so that's also almost infinitely expandable. I've probably got my shop inserted into about 30 different websites around the internet, which is a bit extreme, but I have a lot of products too, and I've been webmastering a long time. But you got 300 products. If you sell 3 unrelated products in one store, you can make hidden categories and not display the coffee cups in the store that sells bed blankets, and not display bed blankets in the store that sells coffee cups. But you can put bed blankets and coffee cups both in your same one back-end store and display each product in whichever stores you want, without making one store look like it doesn't make sense with unrelated products, if you want to go for different genres and niches. So many different ways to apply Ecwid. It goes into WordPress and most other blog solutions. And so I would say that as a first introduction as to why Ecwid is the best, those are a few good reasons. I could actually talk for a long time, and I think I shall make another podcast for those who are more deeply into webmastering and understand a little bit more about code and can get a bit more deeply into it, because actually the potential of Ecwid for those who do know how to webmaster and get more deeply involved, then the potential is, it's already incredible, but if you go on to that level, then it is superior to any other platform you would ever imagine using. I'm not even sure if the developers know all of. Sometimes you create something, you don't realize how the people who take what you have created are going to use it. Yeah, that's why Apple, they gather information, their user information about how we're using our computers, and Google too, because you cannot foretell everything, and sometimes you invent something to use it this way, but somebody else thinks a different way and they use it a different way. And so I've learned to use Ecwid in a hell of a lot of strange ways which benefit me and my business, and which I'm willing to share. So I think I'll start getting into that in my next podcast on e-commerce, using Ecwid as an e-commerce solution. And maybe I'll talk more about why it's superior to the other few big names who are vying for a place in this marketplace of offering online stores to the mass public instead of just big companies. This is going to free the world too. There's also a world-changing politics behind this, that everybody can become self-employed if they do it right. A lot of people have the dream of making money online. The other place I criticize, Shopify. I see on their forums, most people are spending a lot of work and time and money on online business, but they're still going to work in the day. I don't do that. I haven't been to work for somebody else for a long time. And I live in a villa in Thailand with a swimming pool, my own private swimming pool, a very big garden, an acre of land around and a wall around it. And I live quite well, and I don't go to work, and that is how your e-commerce solution should work. At Ecwid, between my own hard work and the power of Ecwid.com, I have changed my life from having to go to work to having a wealthy lifestyle. And I couldn't have done it without Ecwid. I could have made my way, but I couldn't have done it so fast and so well without the power tool that we call Ecwid. So I'll end this here now and hope that this has inspired you to give Ecwid a try. It's a free version anyway, so you can try it, but you really see the power once you take the paid version, because that expands the functionality. Yeah, so I hope this has been a benefit to anybody who has any inquiries about the Ecwid e-commerce solution. This is Spencer. My name is Spencer, signing off. Have a nice day.